Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gaming with Blockchain. I'm your host, A-U. We are now on segment number three. What's going on with our planet? And there's a lot. There's a lot going on everywhere, actually. Where do you begin? Where do you end? There's no such thing. Our planet, what I have done previously, like I showed you guys how to craft and what that means. So, off camera, I went and crafted a ring. It gave a decent, I think it was a common that I received in my, whoops, not that one, sorry, wrong section, info here. I think it was a partial decent asset. Yeah, about 233.8 as a common element. I have yet now to decide which one I'm going to be going after where it comes to the next crafting tool. But like I said, they've been very, very active. The co-founder recently had an MAA earlier this week, and I'll probably put that in the show notes if later on, and you can review and what basically trying to describe what's going to be going on moving forward with the game. And a lot of it is how can you upgrade their land, when's the machinery and the fighting elements coming in, and then the staking rewards, like how do you stake, how do you gain more opportunity to stake. So you can see here the list of staking opportunities from whatever assets you have. You can apply and gain the aether needed to craft or needed to upgrade your land moving onward. And these are again a lot of projects, more projects I'm sure coming on board as I'm discussing with you right now. Now, what does this all mean in terms of what has been crafted? So that recently, when after our last episode, just literally maybe 10, 12 hours later, someone had discovered salt. And before you know it, the first 600 were found, which generated the NFT. But the price point was really, really reasonable for most new players, 70,000 Aether. You can understand why that just went right through as quickly as possible. Now, the other new elements that have been in place is a vacuum. That's 1.2. That already been established. It hit its 600 mark for an NFT. And then what's left are the fireworks, the ring, the compass, and so forth. What has been discovered recently, a new discovery, and I'll just scroll down. And you can see where the values are now beginning to rise. An alarm, tequila. Should I do tequila? Oof, that's a hard one. I have to think about that one. I have to think about that one. But you have the whiskey that's near its endpoint. Five more to go there, and bread. And the new one's been hit is the flag. But look at what that value is: 9.5 million Aether. So you can see where those rare items are coming into place. Again, not impossible, depending on how fast these get minted and crafted, how long you want to wait, how aggressive is your staking assets that you have in place. And as I said, people are buying elements on the market. If I go to Atomic Hub right now, you look at the rigs alone, the lowest price point as I'm gathering here is about just under 200 US dollars, and then you can put in this asset ID or go through NFT Hive. They if I believe, let me see, I'm just going to do this now. I'm doing this live because I haven't done it earlier. And no, I don't even need to log in. I'm going to look at the market, and let's see if I can do our planet, because I think they provide what would you call the like minting value. So if you were looking to buy a particular item, they will provide you with the general cost to kind of stake. What would the staking value be if you wanted to apply this to our planet? Now, again, I'm not familiar with this site. I know it's supposed to be a feature that's part of their settings, and it's just a matter, again, it's just feeling it through and determining how to use the features and whatnot. But it's not something I'm familiar with, so I can't really talk much about it. But I know there's a small little app, or I guess a small little a developer code that was created by one of the users. And if I find it again, I'll add that to the show notes, that you can put in the asset ID of your choice. Let's say if I wanted to do the value of this particular asset, I could take this asset ID number, put it into this little web code, and it will give me the calculation of what the Aether value will be based on what I'll be paying in USD. And then you can determine what will be the cost in, ROA, our return on investment, based on the value. And you make your calculations from that point. And I'll see if I'll find that link another time, and maybe do that for you, and you can see some of the cost variances moving forward. So that's what is happening right now. You can see the values of some of these sheets and elements costing where they cost. So like I said, I have to determine which ones I would want to try to attempt. Compass 2.3, 1.9. Already have done the ring, fireworks, the bulb I won't be able to touch. Archipelago, maybe I can maybe touch that, but it is about determining where you stand in terms of your whole value. So I have yet to make that decision, and again, I won't be doing that on screen. It'll be something that I'll talk about the next time we touch base. But now you know where our planet is really, really aggressively going. If you look at the value of their land, the land costs from the original Boris land, these values are at the low point being 1.6 thousand US, to the highest ranging easily, over 3,000 quite quickly. And that's the land one, and then land two. We're looking at low point of 1.5. Again, that can easily increase to just under 2, 3,000, just the same, 3.7. So you can see the value of some of these assets in the games do trigger a certain anticipation. And like I said, I'm doing this when I'm talking to cost. I'm talking about in a general sense of the word. I am not looking at justifying these price points. This is not financial advice. This is not anything to say, okay, well, this is an asset you have to get. These are just game mechanics, and where you can anticipate and speculate a value, but nothing to say that this is a shoe-in for the golden ticket at all. So proceed cautiously, do your own research, and you'll keep your sanity, of course. So let's look at the inventory. Like I said, I haven't opened my packs. That's typical. These are cards that I've engaged, but I haven't staked any. And these are ones I just bought just to test as another feature, but I haven't put them to stake. But then let's look at the lands. I haven't claimed anything in terms of asset, because each land is producing what it's producing. So right now I have 2 lands that are producing Wakenite, and 1 land is producing Waxen, and I don't have any land right now that's producing any of the other 2. So I haven't claimed anything, which I could, but at this point it's not necessary, because I'm not sure what it will appeal to do. But it would be nice, maybe I'll consider going after the other 2 lands, to at least I have an even distribution. But as you can see, these price points are on a high point, and just not sure if I can justify that right now. That's just insane. All right, I'm happy I have the land I have, so I have to go. Okay, do I really need to go beyond that? But it could just be my personality. I just like to have complete sets of things. But who knows? Maybe I can wean myself off of this and not really justify paying this amount just yet. Because like I said, it's all about how you, from a business standpoint, it's all also how you kind of look long term moving forward. And yes, long term, this will be advantageous because the price is low now and is only going to get higher, likely. Again, not financial advice, not a guarantee, just the probability of it moving to a high price point is quite there. But we'll see. There's a lot of things happening. A lot of different other things are moving along. So kind of want to gauge: do I put do I redirect assets here, or do I wait until other things have been determined, so I know for sure where things are moving along? Now, with Our Planet, you know that they've partnered up with Uplift, and we'll get into that because Uplift is doing their own land. Yes, more land. So we're going to be transitioning over to Uplift in a moment. So hopefully you've been finding this engaging and informative and understand where all this is coming into and how that kind of mixes and mingles all together. And I appreciate everyone following and sharing and just getting an understanding of what's going on. And now we'll move on to our next segment. We'll move on to Uplift and how these two have been partnering together to build their own ultra multiverse. So we'll see you on the other side. Take care.